Good morning. Haha. Happy wake and bake. There's Supersonic. Where right there. She's making pancakes. Kelso's in there asleep somewhere. Kelso was who taught us about crossbows last night. Giant crossbow turret things. I thought they were guns. Apparently they're giant crossbows. So that's who taught us about that. That was Kelso. And right here is Supersonic doing woman's work. You're doing woman's work. So speaking of thinking of finishing, that is what I was gonna say. Speaking of finishing the Old Testament, I'm a retard and didn't write down anything. Like after we read all those chapters, I didn't. Some of them I did write down, and I'm sure I could find the notes somewhere in this. But no. I don't know. I'm probably not going to do that. But what I do know is in the beginning, God was two. He even referred to himself as two. And pretty much the first chapter, that's what it is. The first chapter belongs in some other book. Because that is the only chapter that doesn't fit in the Bible. Or unless it's a synopsis of everything we're going to read up to chapter 5 or something. But it doesn't belong. Chapter 1 doesn't belong. It's just oddly out of place. And after we get done with the story of Jesus and we go back to the Old Testament and we reread it, it might turn out to be different. Because if you go back in my videos, this was the third time I tried to read the Old Testament. And all 3 times it was something different. And actually, I'm kind of perturbed about that because the second time I read it, man, there was so many songs in there. And then this last time, I couldn't find any of the things that I was painting pictures with my words, and it was great. But then when I read it again, none of that stuff was there. And it's like, what the actual double fuck? So, after we get on with the story of Jesus, we're going to go back to the Old Testament and try to do it again. And maybe take less than 10 months and maybe not talk so much. I don't know. But I've decided that we are going to start at Matthew. And we're going to work our way all the way down until the book before Revelation. What is it called? Maybe John, 3rd John. Oh, I lied. Jude. Okay. So it's the book of Jude. So we're going to read to the book of Jude, then we're going to read Maccabees, and then we're going to read Revelation. And I have to tell you, this book, Revelation, I don't want to read it. I've never read it. Of all the books in the Bible that I have read, that is one that I do not want to read. I don't want to read that book. So we're going to read everything we can before I even attempt to read that book. Because there are people who say, that book is the end times. And then there's people that say, that book is about Nero. Why can't both be true? History does repeat itself. You know. So why can't both be true? I don't want to find out. I don't want to find out. We're going to find out. But we're going to read everything first. Then we're going to read the Maccabees. And then we're going to read Revelation. It's some shit, dude. What do you think, Super?
I don't know. The oven's off. I started my pancakes. The oven's off. There's nothing else.
What the hell just happened?
I turned the oven off and I moved the pan off the stove because I have to keep really freaking bad.
Oh, okay. Why is the oven on?
I turned the oven off. I'm telling you that the oven was off.
Your dad left the oven on? Yo, he left at like 7 o'clock this morning. And he left the oven on. That's insane. And he yells at me for that. Like, sometimes when I was sleeping here on the third shift bed, right, it's actually a couch, but remember I turned this into my third shift bedroom? Yeah. He used to get mad at me because I turned the oven on to get warm. And he would come home, leave the oven off. What are you doing? And that's what he just said. Left the oven on. Went to work and left the oven on. That's crazy. Usually he just leaves his food in the air fryer. He'll make breakfast in the air fryer and he'll totally forget about his breakfast in the air fryer. And then come home like 7 o'clock and look in the air fryer and bam, breakfast. And he's like, oh, I suck. It does explain why it's really warm in here, though. Okay, so back to what we've learned. What have we learned? We have learned that God is a giant-ass marshmallow, which we appreciate. I know I'm saying it derogatory, big guy, but you know, right? Like, you know, you're like, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then they cry and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna fuck you up. I'm so sorry. But then they're like, oh, you saved us? Okay, let's go back to fucking off. Like the next day. And it's like, I don't like these people. And I don't like these people. And yesterday on my social media, I put something like, finish the Old Testament, turns out, blank, 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 blank. I don't like Das Juden. You know, I wrote that. And I think, no, No, it's absolutely true. I do not like these people. I don't even want to begin to understand these people. I don't want to begin to feel sorry for these people because at the end of the day, they keep pissing off God and they deserve every second of it. And he tells them that. And it seems like the way to call God is we all got to get together, play some swing music, praise and joy, and then blow a fucking trumpet. That's what they do in this book. They play loud, happy, instrumental, big band music, sing praises, and then blow a trumpet. It's like, why can't we do that? The book gave us the answer on how to do that, and why can't we do that? Why isn't anybody, what's up, baby? And why hasn't anybody put that together? I don't know. But I do know, ever since I've been reading the Bible, even with my own foul ass way of reading the Bible, God has blessed me exponentially. And it started with a deep freezer. It's in there in the dining room. It was a deep freezer. It started with a couch, and then a washer and dryer, then a deep freezer out this door right here. Right there. Deep freezer. And then a dishwasher. Right there. Dishwasher. And the loan to pay all my bills off to zero. Then what else was there, Mo?
I'm only here for like a day, 2 days.
I know. You pretty much are here only a day.
I'm here like 2.5 days. 2 days because both half days can be days. So you can take 2 days ish. Barely.
Alright, 2 days works. But haven't we got new stuff? Oh, table saw, shop vacuum. More wood than we know what to do with. But we got a table saw. What else? Oh, computer, microphone, ring lighty thing. Oh yeah, we've got
Not
new.
your stole from me.
Hey, listen, it was a ring light. But you know what? Super.
It was mine.
You know what? We could just buy a different one.
I already got a different one, but I expect them to just like steal that one from me.
Hey, did you shut the bathroom door?
No.
Oh, there's a cat. Oh, it's Ethan. It's Kelso.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Get out. Get out.
Hey, my camera's running. Try not to,
No, I'm cooking.
Hey, Kelso. Oh. Now he's mad at me because I asked him not to. Oh, these teenagers are. I wish he wouldn't get mad at me over dumb shit. Ooh, that's somebody. Let's see what it says. And okay, so, I think that's the only things I can think of right at this moment. Oh, but I do know that some of you are going near churches. You might not be going to church, but you know where some are. I know that. And I know that you are supposed to give $2 to the church. I said food bank church. It's any church. Me personally, think the food bank church would be the best church to give it to, because the food bank is the best. It is the absolute best. What else? What else is there? Um, I think that was it. I think that was absolutely it. And I will be back later with like a list of things that I have learned in the Bible. I don't know. I don't want to start the New Testament on a Saturday. Although the Saturday is supposed to be the Sabbath.
Today is Saturday.
Right, but everybody says the Sabbath is Sunday. The Sabbath is really Saturday.
Oh, that won't work. Oops.
Yeah, turn down the heat. Turn it on like 1.5. No, that's way too hot. Turn it to like 2. I promise, baby.
It's down.
Okay. I think, yeah, I'll be back later with something. I don't want to start the New Testament on a weekend. I want to start it on a Monday. But I really might have to start it because I don't have nothing to add. I don't want to learn anything from these people. I think these people do it all wrong. And if there's a religion that I think that has it right, it's not the Jews. Those are God's people, I get it, but even he don't like them. And he said he doesn't like them. He's only keeping them alive because he made a promise. Or else he would destroy them all. Because they're evil fucking people. And it's in their blood to be snakes. Jesus was right when he called them a den of vipers. And then they want to complain like it's not true. The more you complain about something not being true, the more true it seems. And it smells like burnt pancake in here. It's amazing. Anyway, I think that was it. So, was that it for real this time? Yeah. Yeah, I do think that was it this time for real. So, thank you for watching. I love you and have the greatest day ever.